Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to Face Yoga Master, Natural Beauty over 40. So in today's video we're going to do some great cheekbone sculpting and great facial massage to help lift up and define those cheekbones, which will also help lift up the lower part of the face so it's nice and lifted rather than dragging down. We're going to then finish off with the all-important lymphatic drainage so we can also release toxins and waste within the lower part of the face and the cheekbone area. I'm Ali and I've been a facialist for the last 7 years. I'm really passionate to help you on your skincare journey. So what I like to do first, and I would highly recommend, is first of all, obviously clean skin and to use a little bit of facial oil, just so you've got a slip and glide, particularly if you have older skin and it's slightly wrinkly and maybe sagging. So you want it so you're not compromising the skin by dragging or pulling. So just applying a little bit of facial oil to the fingers and then just where the bone is, above the cheekbone, under the cheekbone, and then just down the lower part of the face, side of the ears, and then just down the side of the neck here, down to the collarbone. So first of all, with our fingers, I'm just going to do a little bit of gentle facial tapping. Now what this does, this really does help with blood flow and circulation to the area. And again, I like to start almost from the middle of the face and working outwards and slightly upwards motion. You want to be lifting everything up. And then with the fingers, we're coming from the jawline, lifting upwards towards the nostrils, under the cheekbone, towards the ears. Again, just warming up the skin. This is a nice, light, gentle glide. Now I am in my mid-50s and obviously you do start to lose collagen and elastin within the skin as you get older, so these exercises and massages will also help improve those as well. And then just with the ring finger, because we have a lighter touch, just on the top of the cheekbone area here. Now where we have our nose here, let's just do a little bit of facial sculpting first, massage. And we have some indentations here. And I'm going to use my ring finger again. And if you just get into those bits here between the nose, now either side, now we hold a lot of tension in this area. So if you can really, first of all, start in a slight, light motion, in a round circular motion, and then the other way. And then you should be able to go in a little bit deeper as well afterwards. And you should feel some relief of tightness. And this is where those nasal labial folds and those smile lines tend to start as well. So if you can release this area, this will really help the lower part of the face. And then with the fingers under the cheekbone towards the ears. So now taking our fingers here, we're starting from the nose area and we're just going to come under the cheekbone. First of all, starting off nice and light and then really getting into that. And because we've used some facial oil, you've got a nice slip and glide, you're not dragging at the skin. You can really get to sculpt under this area. And then slowly work along. Natural facelift. This will really help with more defined cheekbones. Again, starting from the side of the nostril here and then just slowly working our way underneath this cheekbone here. All the way to the ears. And then with the fingers lifting up. Then just gliding along now, just working it out now. Now we're going to do a great exercise now. So you may want to do this in mirror so you can make sure that you're not creasing any other parts of your face. You want to keep everything nice and relaxed. We're going to take our mouth, we're going to open it up and we're going to slightly pulsate from the cheekbone to really help strengthen that cheekbone area here and lift everything up. And we're going to do this 5 times. So if you can just copy me and then see how you get on. Again, if you can, look in a mirror. And release. And then let's do this again. If you do find you end up creasing your hands onto your sort of the side of the eyes, you can always place your hands onto your temples to make sure that there's no other movements. So again, making an O shape and really trying to lift up that cheekbone by pulsating just by the cheekbone area. Hands onto the temples and an O shape. And release, and then one more time. Again, hands on there, or you could alternatively place your thumb under your eyes, your fingers above, again, if you find you're creasing under the eyes, which we don't want. So again, we can try this method as well. So again, as an O shape. And release, and again, just massage it out. So now let's just do some little bit of air puffing, if you like. Puffer fish, again, really does help the lower part of the face to help lift up those cheekbones. Now, when I like to place, have some air in the mouth, you want to kind of make it so it's slightly further up, not dragging down. So almost just not place so much air in, but just have it slightly concentrating on the higher part, if you like, of the cheekbone. And we'll alternate this 5 times. And release. And by tapping as well, you don't have to tap, but if you do tap, you're also again helping with blood flow and circulation to the area. So now taking our fingers, we're making a nice sort of V shape, if you like, scissor-like effect, and let's just work along above and under the cheekbone. When you're working above the cheekbone, try not to go too heavy-handed because you're quite close to the eye, and the skin around the eyes is very light and delicate. Again, just really nice little glide. And then on the other side. And whatever products you placed onto your skin, particularly if it's got active ingredients in your facial oil, is going to penetrate in even better and deeper as well. So it'll also help with those fine lines and wrinkles. Now, I am in development of making with my suppliers an amazing facial oil. So please tell me in the comments down below if you think that's something you'd be interested in, if you think that's a good idea as well. Just so, particularly for older skin, with really great organic ingredients. And there we go. And then just up and then across under that cheekbone again towards the ears. And this is a feather light touch now, and what we're doing is we're really moving toxins and waste within the lymph, which is very close to the surface of the skin. This will also help with glowing skin and just smooth out any of those fine lines and wrinkles. Nice and light. And then placing one hand in front of the ear, just gently gliding down the side of the ear where we have plenty of lymph nodes, and then behind the ear again where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then just work down the big SCM muscle here, down by the side of the neck, the SCM muscle, down to the collarbone. I always want to swallow when I'm doing this. You can literally feel things moving along. And then on the other side, so again, flat of the hand, front of the ear. Now, I do actually have a community as well, which if you'd like to join me there, please check that out in the description box. I'd like to see you there. That'll be great. For like-minded ladies who obviously are into natural skincare and beauty. And then behind the ears, again, plenty of lymph nodes. and then glide down that big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And then I always like to finish off with an all-important lymphatic drainage release. It doesn't matter if I'm doing facial massage, facial exercise, lymphatic drainage or fascia work. Really important to release the toxins and waste of move within the neck and the head area. So from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, just above we have some indentations. And if you can just give those a few gentle presses, this will release all the toxins and waste into the body, ready for elimination. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, please comment down below. Tell me if it's a good idea, if you quite would like to sort of see me promote and make my own facial oils, which are nice and natural and organic. And please consider subscribing and a thumbs up if you found the video useful, and of course share if you find this useful for another friend. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.